This party is raising the voice against the government for the issues pertaining to the youth like unemployment, paper leaks and flaws in the existing education system.
India is a country where politics cannot be separated from our daily life. What is the recent trend is I am from BJP, my other family member is from NCP, other family member is from another party, and we all are getting tickets.
So if such kind of people who know how to organize protest, who know how to organize people, if they are going to be in that particular moment, then it can be changed from the movement to the political movement.
Vijay had a pre-established network of district fan clubs which acted as booth agents, and he has building this network for the past 2 decades.
In the coming time, more and more youths will be active into the politics. With this, if not it convert into a political party, it will at least encourage or catalyze the youths into the politics, which is a good thing.
So the Cockroach Janata Party, as we have mentioned, it is youth activism. But the question in my mind, whether it is populism or activism, because youth mostly do not follow the activists. They just follow a kind of popular thing which is trending on a social media. Whether the party or the movement that is getting millions of followers in one night, that is what the question.
Point the fellow discussion member raised was a very valid point. The youth follows the trend, but the point that CJP gained over 1 million followers overnight is close to impossible, even if we consider the virality factor. Because Vivek sir, you have started a YouTube channel. You know how hard it is to get organic reach. So if a party or a trendy topic is getting artificially boosted, that too by actors which are not present in the country, it raises some alarm bells.
So my view here is like, is it supporting both their points? Firstly, because of the algorithm in the social media app, the youth is easily somewhat influenced to the current situations and current images. So I think it is more of an emotional outbreak, but with some points of concern to the system, which is being not changed or upgraded. It is basically same from the time of British, which left us primarily 1885, where they gave us the governance system. It was upgraded, but not to the current time, which is why this is an emotional outbreak. But yeah, there are some concerns regarding the system and governance.
So, just to make our discussion in a focused way and in a directed manner, I would like to bring some common thing where we can discuss. See, Cockroach Janata Party, as we are talking about, it has become a voice of millions and it is gaining traction nowadays. And it is being looked upon as a next big thing in the political arena, specifically among the youth politics, right? This party is raising the voice against the government for the issues pertaining to the youth like unemployment, paper leaks and flaws in the existing education system. And many other political opponents, specifically of BJP, because it is anti-BJP in one sense. So, many of the other political opponents of BJP, they are also supporting, they are extending their support to the CJP, Cockroach Janata Party. लेकिन इसके पहले भी जैसे कि हमने फार्म प्रोटेस्ट देखा है, हमने बहुत सारे प्रोटेस्ट देखे हैं, इवन इंडिया अगेंस्ट करप्शन led by Anna Hazare and it was also participated by Aam Aadmi Party, later Aam Aadmi Party, at that time Arvind Kejriwal. So इसके पहले भी कई ऑनलाइन प्रोटेस्ट भी हुए हैं, एक्टिविज्म हो चुका है, लेकिन जिन्हें ओवरनाइट ऑनलाइन सपोर्ट काफी मिला है, पहले भी मिला है, ऐसा नहीं है कि दिस इज द फर्स्ट ऑफ इट्स काइंड जिसको इतना बड़ा एक्सटेंसिव ऑनलाइन सपोर्ट मिला है. ऑनलाइन सपोर्ट पहले भी मिला है, लेकिन यहाँ पर रियल क्वेश्चन ये है कि क्या ऑनलाइन फॉलोअर्स, लाइक्स और कमेंट्स इलेक्टोरल पॉलिटिक्स की जिसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं उसमें वोट्स में कन्वर्ट हो सकते हैं? दैट इज द मेन क्वेश्चन वी हैव टू डिस्कस. एंड सेकंडली, क्या एक ऑनलाइन ओवरनाइट प्रोटेस्ट, बिकॉज CJP name itself is a Cockroach Janata Party, but is it really a political party or it is just a ऑनलाइन सोशल मूवमेंट, क्योंकि वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ प्रोटेस्ट मूवमेंट एंड अ पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, बिकॉज पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जो है वो एक आइडियोलॉजी पर बेस्ड होती है और कंसिस्टेंटली परफॉर्म करती है, उनका एक इलेक्टोरल बेस होता है, बूथ टीम्स होती है, देयर आर इन नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स, करेक्ट। सो क्या एक ऑनलाइन ओवरनाइट प्रोटेस्ट विच इज ड्रिवन बाय एल्गोरिदम, कैन इट टर्न आउट to be a sustainable and ideologically driven political party? Is it really a threat to BJP primarily? We can discuss about it. और क्या ये लॉन्ग रन में, जैसे कि आम आदमी पार्टी भी इसी तरीके से ऑनलाइन सपोर्ट और मैसिव सपोर्ट के साथ इमर्ज हुई, बट इट टुक लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू कम हियर। सो क्या सीजेपी एक लॉन्ग टर्म में एक क्रेडिबल पॉलिटिकल पार्टी बन सकती है? क्या ये बीजेपी को थ्रेट कर सकती है? क्या ये खुद की गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म कर सकती है? देयर आर सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस अबाउट इट, या फिर ये टाइम के साथ फेड हो जाएगी?
So, I think the biggest mistake that we're all making here is that we're making it more of a political movement, whereas it is more of a protest, right? So, I think that is where we need to draw a line, that having a broader political perspective to such fundamental, structurally systematic issues is really very dangerous. Because अगर हम system पे बोल रहे हैं तो system सालों से वैसा ही है, तो आप अगर इसको पॉलिटिकल मूवमेंट बना रहे हो तो आप सिस्टम के अगेंस्ट कैसे जा रहे हो? आप उसी सिस्टम को सपोर्ट करोगे ना एट द एंड ऑफ द डे। सो आई थिंक the support is very legitimate because the issues that they're raising is absolutely concerning and at a very alarming rate for at this point, at current points. But I think the mistake that we're again making is that we're making it more of politics and less of mobilization. And it's relatively easy to make youth in today's world mobilize people. It's very easy, but sustaining this, being an institution of its own, being a political institution, centering the leadership, I think there is a very big problem with the leadership of the movement. I will never call it CJP because I'll call it a very plain movement that has, I mean, there have been many movements that way that have happened throughout the country. So I'll just call it a movement. And the leadership of the movement, I think there is a pretty huge vacuum because the person is flying in to India from a different country. I mean, it does not really make sense to my Indian mind that why is somebody else from other country concerned about my education? He should stay here. If he were so concerned, he should have been here. I think to escape the entire system, he went out, and now he does not really have the right to say anything against the system I'm part of. So I think calling it a political movement is a big disaster because politics involves, there are a lot of dimensions to politics. Protest is very simple. You have listed topics, you protest against it. That is all that you do.
So, as your question, you said that can likes and comments turn into votes. So first of all, the part is क्या ये party form हो सकती है? क्या इसमें उतने credible लोग हैं? Recently, I have watched that Sonam Wangchuk and few other activists also joined them, and they are going to protest at Jantar Mantar. So if such kind of people who know how to organize protest, who know how to organize people, if they are going to be in that particular moment, as she said, then it can be possible that it can be changed from the political. It can be changed from the movement to the political movement. And the second thing is, if social media can turn students their minds to follow this particular party within a night, so that social media can also turn youth's mind, students' mind to vote for that particular people who are in that party particularly. So फॉर दैट उन लोगों को एक ऐसा एक पर्टिकुलर एल्गोरिदम या फिर एक माइंडसेट चाहिए, एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट चाहिए जहाँ पे सब लोग फोकस कर सकें, which they don't have right now.
यहाँ पर और एक इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है कि पॉलिटिक्स में या इलेक्टोरल पॉलिटिक्स में नैरेटिव बिल्डिंग एक बहुत सिग्निफिकेंट टॉपिक है। नैरेटिव बिल्ड होता है, जैसे पहले भी डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स पर, आइडियोलॉजीज पर, कभी कास्ट पर, रिलीजियन पर नैरेटिव बिल्ड हुआ है। और अभी क्योंकि इंडिया की 65% पॉपुलेशन इज अंडर द 35 एज, सो वी आर अ यंगेस्ट नेशन इन द वर्ल्ड, कंसिडरिंग दैट ऑल्सो मोस्ट ऑफ आवर पॉपुलेशन इज एक्टिव ऑन ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म, सो वी कैन नॉट कंप्लीटली डिनाई द फैक्ट कि एक online narrative building is playing a very important and significant role in shaping and influencing the minds of the people, and that may turn out into the votes or their at least political inclination. Is it possibility? What do you think?
Okay, so I will start with the first question. Can it be converted to votes? So, according to me, if you see what we see in millions is actually not millions on Instagram. So, when we talk about actual people coming on the ground and protesting, I don't think entire 22.3 million will actually come for the protest held in Delhi. Apart from that, there are some voters who are just following the Cockroach Janata Party just to see what are the updates. They are not actually in line with the thinking of Cockroach Janata Party. Many opposition people also do follow to just comment on the reel. Second, if you see the latest trend, I think from 22.3 it went down to 22.1 because they saw the change in the Cockroach Janata Party, that there was no action taking on it. They were just playing a role of a social movement, or let's say a social media movement. But again, we cannot say who is this person sitting abroad and who is he to comment, because again, he's a citizen of India. Even though he's staying abroad, he was staying there for a reason, for education, for his financial credibility, or anything else, for building his future. So he is a citizen of India. There are several people who play for India. For example, our very own cricketer who plays for India, but still he prefers to stay abroad. So there are several people. We have embassies, we have IFS officers who stay abroad, work there as a diplomat of India. So we cannot question the credibility. Who is he to question? Because where India plays a very huge role in diplomacy, where we talk about UN conventions, India does consider the world affairs, and similarly, world affairs also considers India. Similarly, we can see that Human Rights Commission. So there are points where other countries do have a right to speak in our affairs also, though we are a sovereign nation. And apart from that, coming back to the point, I don't think it actually can be converted to actual voters until and unless they do have a registered political party, a registered office, and they actually become vocal. Recently, I saw an interview where the spokesperson, he is also a social media influencer who speaks on legal language, but when he was questioned that what about the Supreme Court judgment where you have to give a 7-day notice in order to perform the protest, he was not able to answer the simple question. Why are they not actually following the guidelines which are given by the Supreme Court? It's nothing to do with the political party, so to say, but they were not able to answer that. That means they are not following the structural part. And even if we say, how do we take a movement to be a political movement? India is a country where politics cannot be separated from our daily lives. The air we are breathing, again, Constitution comes in picture, Article 21. We are living right to livelihood. Whatever we are doing, everything plays a part of the polity. For example, the education system, if we are demanding that every child should get education, again, polity comes into picture. And we cannot separate any movement from polity itself. When we are going on roads, the act comes in picture, which law allows you to actually do the movement. So we cannot actually separate polity from that. That was my answer to her question. The second question, I would say, is it a political party or a protest movement? Initially started as a protest movement. Randomly, one person was like, okay, let's use the satire as a cockroach. We are not cockroaches. I would never call myself a cockroach. I am a human. I deserve every right that a human should deserve. So I would not call myself a cockroach. So initially the term cockroach was just used as a satire. Eventually the youth is not that mad. Again, we have to look at the data. What is the actual youth who is actually supporting? There is again a party from Tamil Nadu who claim themselves as Cockroach Janata Party, and they have come in front of media and they have claimed that, okay, we are ready to set up a political party. So there are movements who are actually now claiming that, though they are claiming, though initially it was started as a social movement, but we are ready to make it a political party. But the structure is again questionable. When we talk about NEET, resignation is not only the solution. That's where the political party, the Cockroach Janata Party, comes into question. Where we talk about, okay, they are saying that, okay, give the resignation of education minister. But actually, will only the resignation be a solution for the people? They've already lost their lives. What if the child is the only child to their parents? What about the compensation? Bhopal Grass tragedy. After several years, they got the compensation. Till then, what? So now when I propose the solutions, Cockroach Janata Party, the leader is not coming up front. He's just asking resignation. And the first point he was like, unfollow BJP. So this was like completely useless claim, because unfollowing is not going to do any justice to any person. So he should actually give solution also. As a youth, we are not just focusing on problems. We all know what the problems are, but until and unless we have the solutions ready, understanding the societal structure, the financial structure, the political structure, combining it all together to a solution-oriented form, then until and unless that we have that ready in our hands, we cannot actually question them or question the government, so to say. And why BJP? Because BJP is in power. Had it been Congress in power, I would have questioned Congress. Had it been any other political party in power, we would have questioned that political party, because the law making majority is BJP currently. That's the reason it is CJP versus BJP. So the third answer would be yes, it may pose a threat to the BJP if in case we consider the past connections with AAP and then consider it as an opposition party. You never know how the dices may change and what exactly the other insiders. But if in case the dimension change and it gets linked to the up and kind of a movement as it started with Anna Hazare sir, so again it may turn that way and then it may pose a threat to the BJP party.
So I agree with her points. The third question, that is the online narrative, I would like to talk about it. So the online narrative, as every political party has a narrative. So this social movement has arisen or has its genesis from the unemployment and youth-related issues. So I would believe that if this is a social movement, it should be converted into a political party and it should work for the youth, because today, as we can see, the other political parties aren't focusing on the youth issues, and that's why the unemployment rate has increased. And also the narrative the youth needs something like different international countries like US and all. We are saying that they are developed, but India is always in the developing stage, and that development is basically maybe decided by the demography, employment, and other economic social factors. But I would believe that if employment rate increases, whether it be anything, suicide cases, need paper leaks and all, this all wouldn't happen if there is employment and other alternatives to it. Also, Nepal being a small country, it like the youth there made a political party and came up, and they have it is an ideal example to other countries. India being a very huge country, this isn't possible in in a night, but I would believe that it has given an example to India that youth can bring in can change and change and make a good stable government, and also it can address issues like it does.
As she said something about, she did the comparison. So South Asia में majorly जैसे इंडिया, श्रीलंका, बांग्लादेश जो भी है, नेपाल, they are post-colonial states, correct? The difference between the India and rest of the other neighboring countries is that कि India is a successful democracy, largest democracy, and other countries, they are mainly can be categorized as a failed state, because वहाँ पर कभी डेमोक्रेसी, फिर कभी मिलिट्री रूल, जैसे म्यांमार में मिलिट्री रूल है, अफगानिस्तान में तालिबान का रूल है, पाकिस्तान में अनस्टेबल गवर्नमेंट मिलिट्री डिक्टेटेड रूल है. सो दैट्स वाई जो इसको कंपैरिजन किया जा रहा है, या जिस लाइन ऑफ थॉट में इसको लेके जाया जा रहा है कि ये भी एक जेनजी प्रोटेस्ट होके यहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट टॉपल अप हो सकती है, दैट पॉसिबिलिटी आई थिंक इज कंप्लीटली नॉट पॉसिबल, because we have a very very stable and democracy. At the same time, our political parties, including BJP, Congress, and many other political parties, they have a very strong roots and strength at the grassroots level. That's why इसको मतलब इस तरीके से कि ऑनलाइन में एकदम से लोग आ जाएंगे और कुछ मजा आ जाएगा, कुछ एकदम वैसा होगा, वैसा तो डेफिनेटली बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. सो वी कैन देन कैरी फॉरवर्ड द डिस्कशन, बट यस, ये पॉइंट मेरे माइंड में आया. सो इसकी पॉसिबिलिटी तो फिलहाल बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. और इतना डिससेटिस्फैक्शन, डेफिनेटली डिससेटिस्फैक्शन हमेशा होगा. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इज नथिंग टू, इट्स नॉट अ न्यू थिंग. अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट हैज बीन देयर सिंस 1947. ये हमेशा से इशू रहा है. पॉवर्टी हमेशा से इशू रहा है. इंदिरा गांधी जी ने गरीबी हटाओ वाली स्लोगन बहुत पहले दी है, तो ऐसा कुछ नया नहीं है. इट इज जस्ट इवन द एंगर, गुस्सा ऑफ दिस यूथ इज ऑल्सो नॉट न्यू. दैट हैज ऑलवेज बीन देयर. और हमेशा ऐसे गुस्से के मोमेंट में मतलब रोड पे आना, फिर वो एक बड़ी पॉलिटिकल मूवमेंट बनना, ऐसे काफी सारे, इवन लालू प्रसाद यादव, नीतीश कुमार, फॉर दैट मैटर शरद पवार इन महाराष्ट्र, दे हैव ग्रोन अप फ्रॉम इमर्ज्ड फ्रॉम अ यूथ पॉलिटिक्स. बट फिर यहाँ से भी हो सकता है कि एक दूसरा लीडर शायद इमर्ज हो जाए, बट converting it into a proper political party is again a far and distant reality, because for a political party to establish, we need a political party has to have some ideology. Either they should support socialism, कैपिटलिस्ट मार्केट इकोनॉमी, कुछ तो एक इकोनॉमिक मॉडल होना चाहिए, उनका रिजर्वेशन पे क्या पोजीशन है वो क्लियर होना चाहिए, एट द सेम टाइम कंसिस्टेंट होना चाहिए. इट्स नॉट अबाउट क्लियर, एक बार बोलना इज नेवर अ थिंग. आपको कंसिस्टेंटली उस बात को लेके वॉइस रेस करनी पड़ती है. नेशनल सिक्योरिटी पे, प्राइवेटाइजेशन पे, या फिर वेलफेयर जो स्पेंडिंग है उस पे आपके क्या स्टैंड है, ये कंसिस्टेंटली बताना पड़ता है. और मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली, क्योंकि वोटिंग जो है वो ग्राउंड लेवल पर होती है, आपके पास क्रेडिबल लीडर्स होने चाहिए ग्राउंड लेवल पर. एट द सेम टाइम आपके बारे में एक ट्रस्ट जनरेट होना चाहिए. ऑनलाइन न्यूज में और एक ट्रस्टेड लीडर में फर्क होता है. सो देयर इज अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस.
आई एग्री विथ व्हाट सर हैव जस्ट सेड. लाइक मैं मानता हूँ पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के लिए दो चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है. इधर नैरेटिव है बट आइडियोलॉजी नहीं है. उसको ऑन ग्राउंड रियलिटी में कन्वर्ट करना फिलहाल बहुत मुश्किल है. नैरेटिव बिल्ड हुआ है, इसका मतलब कुछ तो रीजन था, डिस्ट्रेस था पब्लिक में, वो चैनलाइज अच्छे से किया है इन्होंने, या फिर वो हो गया है चैनलाइज. बट पैरेलली आइडियोलॉजी इज वेरी एसेंशियल. एंड मोरओवर ये बहुत अभी बिगिनिंग स्टेज में है, तो वी शुड गिव इट अ टाइम टू डिसाइड किधर जाएगा, क्योंकि अभी लीडर्स का भी ना हमें उतना अच्छे से वो नहीं पता है ओपिनियन, वो क्या सोच रहे हैं, उनके एस्पिरेशंस क्या हैं सीजेपी को लेके. सो क्योंकि कल उनका मेजर ऑन ग्राउंड फर्स्ट में भी रैली होने वाला है, सो तो मे बी उनसे हमें थोड़ी क्लियरिटी मिले उनके एस्पिरेशंस क्या है फ्यूचर को लेके. एंड are they willing to just continue it as a protest, or they really want to turn it to a political movement where they want to convert that support into votes. So I think we should consider that, and yes, they should have a strong ideology, and they should that channelize communicate that to the public. Yes,
Sir, I had 3 points to say. Like first, conversion in votes. So we see the number 22.3 million, but is it concentrated? No, it is dispersed. That is the first point. Second point, like you said, the other parties, they have very like they are grassrooted into people. So what about the other population, the rural area and other people who do not follow digital trend? That is the second point. And third point is like the person, she said they didn't follow many procedures. It began as a satire, took a very big outburst and gained many followers. So it began as a satire. They didn't have any clarity, they didn't have any process, they were just asking questions. So I don't think because of these 3 points they would pose a threat to any, not only the BJP or the government, but any other party. They first need to understand that they should have clarity, they should have a proper points, mottos on what they need to work on, and should follow it legally through the procedure. Like if they are going for a movement or a protest, they should follow the guidelines given by the government and the Supreme.
So one more thing I want to bring into the notice, which is the statistics basically. Youth voters, इंडिया का नेशनल वोटिंग परसेंटेज और यूथ का वोटिंग परसेंटेज अगर हम कंपेयर करें तो यूथ वोटिंग परसेंटेज इज रिलेटिवली लेस देन द एवरेज वोटिंग ऑफ द कंट्री. सेकेंडली, वी नो कि इंडिया में वोटिंग जो है ट्रेडिशनल वे में वोटिंग होता है, अभी भी एस्क्रिप्टिव लाइक पॉलिटिक्स और डेवलपमेंटल पॉलिटिक्स में अभी भी ट्रांजिशन चल रहा है. प्योरली डेवलपमेंट के इश्यूज पे अभी पॉलिटिक्स उतना नहीं होता है जितना हम सोच रहे हैं. Unemployment, all these things that might be the issue, but फिर भी caste, religion and community, ethnicity, they are deep rooted. और voters में we should not forget कि rural population is again the largest population, and they are decisive at many instances. Apart of that, women, senior citizens, और सीनियर सिटीजन्स अगर हम थोड़ा सा उनका ओवरऑल एटीट्यूड देखें सोशल मीडिया की तरफ, तो दे डोंट टेक सीरियसली टू all these things, or they don't even get involved into all these things. So these are also the factors we should consider.
So at this moment, without any institutional support, I don't think CJP is an opponent to BJP, even Nota gets more voting percentage. I wanted to take a name of a political party, but it may violate community guidelines. So let's stick with Nota. That Nota will get more voting percentage or absolute number of votes than CJP at this moment.
I have a question to raise that we are focusing on CGP and BJP, but we are not noticing that this comment is raised by CJI of India, Surya Kant. So it can be in the positive side of BJP that they can raise or pass a bill or something about the collegium system of judiciary, because it is one of the what we can say बहुत ज़्यादा इस पे चर्चा हुई है, बहुत सारे डिबेट्स हुए हैं, पार्लियामेंट्स में हुए हैं that collegium system should be changed because the political parties don't have their hand in judiciary or they can't appoint or dishonor any judge. So this can be a plus point for BJP because they are trying so hard to just change this collegium system of judiciary.
Just to make one more point, इन्होंने बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट ऐड किया है. पॉइंट ये है कि जैसे पार्लियामेंट में एक लैंग्वेज होती है जिसको हम पार्लियामेंट्री लैंग्वेज कहते हैं, और अगर कुछ अलग लैंग्वेज में कोई बात करता है तो उसको अनपार्लियामेंट्री लैंग्वेज बोल के हम उसका समवेयर वी जस्ट क्रिटिसाइज इट publicly, correct? So in the similar way, because calling the youths of the country as the cockroaches of a system, so can we not say it is unjudicial language about which we can also talk about?
Yeah, I think that was one of the greatest mistakes that he made in his life, because that's actually harming him a lot. But coming to the collegium system, so since I am also a student of law and we've just like recently studied about it, so there's a very nice interplay between judiciary and the legislature, especially with respect to the collegium system, and especially after 2014. But with so much interpretation, so much of judicial activism that is happening, which is actually good for the country, I think collegium system nahi hatne degi judiciary, because every time BJP has tried getting the not getting the collegium system into play, judiciary has done something or the other. And now the final judgment that judiciary gave in 2017, it was clearly stated that it's judicial independence is the basic structure doctrine, तो इसको कोई हाथ नहीं लगा सकता. So I think collegium system का हटना is not, it's I don't think it's very possible in the very near future or anytime soon.
Fine, collegium system definitely हमारा टॉपिक नहीं है, पर हमारा टॉपिक इवन सीजेपी नहीं है, जैसे कि इन्होंने पहले ही बताया. हमारा टॉपिक है यूथ पॉलिटिक्स. यहाँ पे मेरे दिमाग में एक क्वेश्चन ये आ रहा है कि क्या इंडिया में यूथ पॉलिटिक्स कम हो रहा है, बढ़ रहा है, या ये पूरी तरीके से एक जो ग्राउंड से ऑनलाइन पे कन्वर्ट हो रहा है, दैट इज समथिंग. और क्या सीजेपी इज अ काइंड ऑफ रिवाइवल ऑफ अ यूथ पॉलिटिक्स इन इंडिया? दैट इज व्हाट वी शुड फोकस ऑन.
So revival, I just want to ask if there was any political youth movement before, youth generated.
Yes, definitely. Youth politics has always been a very, very significant aspect of the Indian politics right from the 1947. उसके बाद इतने सारे मतलब first 10 years of the overall Indian politics have been relatively peaceful because of the unchallenged leadership of Nehru ji, correct? But उसके बाद फिर थोड़ा सा within the party fictions develop हुए. उसके बाद youth leaders, क्योंकि not directly through the for the politics, but if we see OBC politics 1990s के समय करेक्ट रिजर्वेशन के लिए जो रोड पे लोग आए और उससे काफी ज्यादा लोग इमर्ज हुए. उसके बाद इमरजेंसी के दौरान भी काफी सारे यूथ डेवलप हुए just to criticize the government and to criticize the actions of the government. So youth politics has always been there. This is also not completely new. Even online youth politics has always been there. But yes, this is one of the very significant because of its scale.
Sir, आपने बोला कि youth politics has always been a part of Indian politics, but you also stated that in the initial years, due to the hold of Nehru over the Indian Parliament, there were no youth leaders. Then there was OBC leaders which emerged after the Mandal era or after the Green Revolution. And during the emergency, the current dying breed of politicians that we see have emerged from the emergency era. Then the next was India Against Corruption movement, which led to the rise of many youth politicians. So the pattern that we can see is, if there is a black swan event, then only the youth politicians or the youth leadership emerges. But if we see the current scenario, there is no quote unquote black swan event. So will it make it much harder for youth leadership to emerge from these shadows?
So according to your question, is it emerging or is it just a movement? Again, I can see satire is playing a very important role in youth politics. We see several comedians who do kind of jokes based on polity. They are spreading awareness, they are speaking on the issues, but in a comedy way, in a satirical way. Why so? Because again, if you see, several accounts are getting disabled. Then I don't think there is absolute democracy. I absolutely agree with we do have reasonable restrictions. But at the same time, social media, even though we are posting some content against the government, even though it is a right, still the accounts are getting disabled. Recent example was of Ranting Gola. She used to blame or let's say speak against the leading political party, but again her account got banned. So without giving any warnings, using the IT Act, recently the amendment was there in the IT Act that, so these kind of amendments are actually posing a threat, so that youth is actually afraid to come on the road also. Even though I can sit with my fake account and comment and speak against the political party, had it been I have to come on the face and speak it right on the face of the leaders, I might be scared, because you never know what actions they would take against me. It would spoil my career. It would spoil my entire education. Everything will be at the stake. If I'm the only child, again, my parents, my family would be affected by that. So I think that is creating a hindrance for youth to actually come on the ground and play a role in the politics. And the second point was, youth politics again. Coming back to CJP, CJP is not yet formed as a structural political party. That is again, they don't have answerability in a proper manner. They don't have answers to the questions of the youth, nor they are actually delegating departments. Let's consider a female representation. Initially, they were like just posting or collaborating with Reels, but later I saw that they were collaborating with the leaders also, like the people, female population who are into politics. So that also plays a very important role, and student politics plays a very important role. If you see, every political party, they have this youth president now, and student politics like ABVP is also there, who's playing a very important role. There are other student cells also. Again, leftist, rightist comes into picture again if you speak for or against the ruling party. But again, student politics is also doing great at the ground level. But actually, are the students getting representation in the party? Are they getting tickets in the political party, even though they have education qualifications? No. If you see the allocation of tickets in the recent elections also, it is getting passed from generation to generations in the same family. What is the recent trend is, I am from BJP, my other family member is from NCP, other family member is from another party, and we all are getting tickets. So that is the trend that is happening. So are we actually giving allocated tickets to the youth to actually come into play, or it is just passing on from generation to generations? And considering the Mumbai politics also, recently there is a trend, or let's say the data shows such that this year elections, for the PMC elections, BJP did give more tickets to the youth. But then again, it is it using youth to just gain attention from all age groups, or again it is just using them as a face? Considering that, why I'm saying so, because in West Bengal again, a mother of rape victim was given the ticket. That is not how you should handle politics. So again, that comes into question to your answer, sir, that are we actually dividing politics into age group, considering the social factors? Because again, political parties are using different age groups and allocating tickets likewise, so that they gain major votes in that. So I think that thin line should also be spoken about.
I just have a question. I don't know how do I call it using, because if a political party is is choosing to put a person of my age group as a representative, I won't call him that I won't call it that the political party is using it. I will more of give it a thought of him being my or her being my representative. And if it comes to using, I think what is CJP doing? They're also using the youth mobilization as their agenda to drive the broader political perspectives and the broader political motives that they have. So I think using is a very negative connotation to representation. I mean, there's a very thin line in representation and using. So if I wouldn't call it using.
Why I mentioned the term using is, if you see the forms that every individual fills, we have to fill in all the details. What is the educational qualification? What is your financial condition? How much do you earn? Everything is disclosed. But when it comes to allocation of tickets, the background is checked in such a manner that what is the actual economic standing? How much is the party funding? So for major parties, the political parties give the fundings. But then if you see, if any random person from us, even though we are having PhD degrees, if you go and ask for a ticket, there are very less probability of we getting the ticket. Yes, I agree. The term that I used is using, because again, ideology comes into picture. So considering the trends, again, CJP, I would not question CJP because CJP is not yet a political party. Had it been CJP allocating tickets on likewise basis, for example, there were recent trend that CJP leader was claimed, okay, he belongs to a particular community. So then he got trolls for that also. Had it been that he is now decided, okay, let us make it a political party, and then he's allocating ticket likewise, I would again question him as well, that he's using the mindset, again, a kind of ideology to pick up a certain community based on caste, pick up a certain community based on religion. And if we consider that, then it's questionable, and then I would use this term using, because they're using the sentiments, and considering that, I mentioned this term.
Definitely, see, there is dynastic politics in the country, and elections are born by the votes and on the basis of the numbers, correct? And while allocating the tickets, definitely every political party see the chances of winnability. So that is something a very difficult topic, because and education is never a criteria, because even far well educated people were there in our earliest parliament, correct? So it is a genuine question for all of us, because we all are educated and we also seek a kind of representation, and we also feel कि मुझे भी टिकट मिलना चाहिए, मैं भी, क्योंकि एस्पिरेशन सबके हैं. बट फिर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी की स्ट्रेंथ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, क्योंकि बूथ लेवल से लेके जो फंडिंग है और एवरीथिंग दैट इज बीन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड मैनर. सो पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज प्ले अ रोल, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे allocate ticket on very much different parameters. जैसे बहुत सारे कैलकुलस होते हैं, मेनली कास्ट एक बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है कि उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में कौन से कास्ट के लोग रहते हैं, बिकॉज पीपल वोट इन दैट मैनर. सो दैट इज अ डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन. बट अगेन आई थिंक very few people of us are talking, and some have not said anything. So I think please you guys also speak something.
So basically I would like to talk about the voter turnout. So the social movement, everyone is there on social media these days, but again talking about the rural population, they did not know anything, taking in account that they did not know anything about CJP. It's very difficult to for the CJP to stand as a political party. So it's better for us to take into account that it will be a protest for some time, and again taking into account it was started due to an emotional feeling using the satire cockroaches. But fortunately they got an advantage for the NEET scam and CBSE re-evaluation as a strong point. So they cannot stand on that point for a long time, because government will remove a solution in the short term. So it's very difficult for them to stand or to develop an ideology only on this particular topic.
यहाँ पर जो पॉइंट आपने बोला है एकदम सही कहा है, क्योंकि इम्पोर्टेंट बात ये है, रेजिंग अ क्वेश्चन इज वन थिंग, एंड सेकेंडली प्रोवाइडिंग एन अल्टरनेटिव which is credible, that is one another thing. Elections are born on the basis of what you're offering basically, and not because जर्नलिस्ट भी है. जर्नलिज्म इज ऑल टुगेदर अ वेरी वेरी बिग एरेना, जहां पर क्वेश्चंस हर दिन रेज होते हैं, नीट का हो, एग्जामिनेशन का हो, सिलेबस का हो. दे आर नॉट, दीज might be one of the players who are raising the question, but there were many players from earlier also. सेकेंडली, जब वोट देने की बात आती है तो वोटिंग में बहुत सारे पैरामीटर्स है, जैसे लास्ट नाइट पर भी काफी सारी चीजें चेंज होती है, बिकॉज इंडिया में वी नो वी नीड टू एक्सेप्ट द फैक्ट कि समवेयर वोटिंग्स बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस्ड होती है, और जो नुक्कड़ गली में बैठ के जो बातें होती है उसके बेसिस पर भी वोटिंग होती है, क्योंकि नैरेटिव तो असली नैरेटिव तो वहां पर सेट होता है। मतलब सम लिकर, सम मटन एंड एवरीथिंग, वहां पर तो ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नैरेटिव सेट होते हैं। सो ये सारे फैक्टर्स भी हमें कंसिडर करना चाहिए in the overall dynamics.
Just answering to the question about youth politics, youth politicians, and CJP. The youth politicians have been raised from a well-settled political parties. They have a well platform, and they are being nurtured, groomed, and mentored through the well-settled politicians. For example, all the politicians, well-settled politicians in the current era, they were once youth politicians who are trained under then well-settled politicians. So CGP has no such a machinery or the mentors to say to nurture or train them.
एक्चुअली हम 100 दिकों में हमें एक प्रोजेक्ट दिया गया था कि जिसमें हमें जो महाराष्ट्र के बाहर से जो कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स आते हैं इधर काम करने वगैरह, सो उनका सर्वे लेना था कि वो क्या करते हैं, कैसे रहते हैं वगैरह। तो एक दो बार मतलब जब मैं गया था फील्ड में हमारे मतलब सब लोगों के साथ, तब मैंने नोटिस किया कि मतलब वो मम्मी पापा उधर काम कर रहे हैं, और वो काम करते वक्त हम उनको सवाल पूछ रहे हैं, तभी बाजू में उनके जो बच्चे हैं वो आई थिंक अभी हॉलीडेज है इसलिए उन्होंने भेजा नहीं है, बट वो रील्स देख रहे थे फेसबुक या फिर इंस्टाग्राम पे। सो जब भी वो मतलब नियरली 20-30 मिनट मैंने जब उनका इंटरव्यू लिया, तो मैंने 3-4 लोगों के मतलब जब 3-4 परिवारों के इंटरव्यू ले रहा था, तब देखा कि नियरली इस आधे घंटे में नियरली 3 बार सीजेपी का रील आया था। सो अगर और मतलब ये जो वर्कर्स की फैमिलीज है जो इधर काम करने आती है, वो ऐसा नहीं कि कोई हैदराबाद कोलकाता इन सिटीज से आती है, भिमित्र या फिर यूपी, बिहार, झारखंड, तेलंगाना, इन सब के बहुत ही मतलब रूरल एरियाज से आते हैं। सो मुझे लगता है कि मतलब किसी ने तो बात की थी कि ये रूरल एरिया तक रीच जा सकती है या नहीं, तो मुझे लगता है कि रीच जा सकती है, बट वो भी है कि वो क्या कंटेंट डाल रहे हैं और क्या उन कंटेंट से वो क्या प्रोपेगेंडा सामने लाना चाहते हैं, वो डिफर करता है।
डेफिनेटली इन द एंटायर डिस्कशन, मतलब डिस्कशन एक वन साइडेड होना नहीं चाहिए, इसीलिए कंप्लीटली हम ये रूल आउट नहीं कर सकते पॉसिबिलिटी कि सीजेपी कैन आल्सो बी अ टर्न आउट टू बी अ नेक्स्ट बिग थिंग इन द पॉलिटिकल एरिना, ये बिल्कुल रूल आउट नहीं कर सकते। बट अ ट्रांजिशन फ्रॉम एन ऑनलाइन प्रोटेस्ट टू एन एस्टैब्लिश्ड पॉलिटिकल पार्टी इज अ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट जर्नी एंड इट इज गोइंग टू टेक लॉट ऑफ टाइम, राइट।
अभी जो क्या कह सकते हैं कि जो इल्यूजन कुछ लोगों के माइंड में है कि CJP can directly transform from an online presence to electoral victory. That might be because of the recent upset or victory of Vijay in Tamil Nadu. But they fail to fathom the fact that Vijay has a pre-established network of district fan clubs which acted as booth agents. And he has building this network for the past 2 decades. So this was not an overnight victory. So even if CJP wants to build a political party out of this, even with the help of social media, which accelerates the reach, it's still at least a decade-long process. And the point that you raised, that we are not questioning if CJP's material, I won't use the term propaganda, the material or the content that they are spreading, will that reach rural India? That's not the question, because internet same है, इंटरनेट वहां पे भी रील्स वहां तक भी जाएगी, पर क्या वो कन्वर्ट हो गए वोट्स में? रील्स टू वोट कन्वर्जन बहुत कम होता है। अगर आपने किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम किया है तो आप समझ पाओगे कि ऑनलाइन से लोगों को ऑफलाइन लाने में बहुत मेहनत लगती है, मतलब बहुत मेहनत लगती है।
even if CJP is able to do the work of awakening youth in the country and not converting themselves into a full-time political party or a sustained political movement, that itself will give a lot of youth in the country a mobilization, a trigger point that we should be able to enter politics. Then whether it is through BJP, whether it is through Congress, whatever aligns with their ideology, they can take that stand. But CJP should be at least able to give youth that confidence that anybody can raise voice in the country, anybody can be heard in the country, and this is one way of doing it.
I think we are really undermining the 22.3 million followers or whatever it is at this point. But this is the emergence of something bigger, better, larger, and a political change that India needs. एक बहुत ही मशहूर कवि थे जिन्होंने कहा था कि ना बांधा गया था उस महल पे वो ताज एक दिन में, बट जब बांधा गया नवाजा था पूरे जहान में. सो व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से इज ताजमहल को भी बांधने को 22 इयर्स लगे थे. ये आई फील लाइक इज जस्ट अ टिप ऑफ एन आइसबर्ग. दिस इज लार्जर देन वी रियलाइज, एंड आई थिंक इंडिया इज नॉट रेडी. We have the tendency to let go of things. We have the tendency of taking things easily. But ये एक movement है जो कि इंडियन पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम को completely चेंज कर सकता है. हाँ, माना ताजमहल जितना कीमती मार्बल नहीं है हमारे पास, बट उससे कहीं ज्यादा और कहीं कीमती सोना है हमारे पास, जो कि है इस देश का यूथ, और वो है इसके पीछे. थैंक यू.
सो यहाँ पर डेफिनेटली एक काफ़ी अच्छा डिस्कशन हमने किया. एक पॉइंट मुझे लगता है जो हम मिस आउट कर रहे हैं. द सिंपल क्वेश्चन इज, अभी प्रेजेंटली जो हमारे पास गवर्नमेंट है वो बीजेपी की गवर्नमेंट है या मोदी जी की गवर्नमेंट है? करेक्ट. गवर्नमेंट पहले कांग्रेस की थी या नेहरू जी की थी? बाद में गवर्नमेंट इंदिरा गांधी की थी या कांग्रेस की थी? We are forgetting the fact that charismatic leadership has always been at the center of the Indian politics. And we cannot forget the Mahatma Gandhi factor. Even today in the discussion, even whatever the CJP party or any other party, they are taking the names of the idols like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, correct? So charismatic personalities, leaders, ये बहुत important role play करते हैं. And again, we are not underestimating. We can never underestimate the potential of anything, because definitely it can further permanently it can change the course of the Indian politics in a very new way. It can take to the new direction. But considering the ground realities, definitely this at this moment cannot be considered as a big political force. But yes, it is a very good venting mechanism for the youth, because there are real issues, and most importantly, a part of being real issues like unemployment and paper leak of the examinations, competitive examination, ये real issues है. But इसके अलावा important question ये कि बाकी के parties जो caste religion में खेल रहे हैं, youth का side कोई ले नहीं रहा है. That is why this becomes even more important. तो and being we all are youth, I am also part of this youth, like अभी मैं हूँ, ठीक है. So हम इसको underestimate नहीं कर सकते. In fact, we should look it in a very positive way. We wish all the luck to this CJP, that they grow to a large political party, if not a political party, at least a political movement which represent the voice of the youth at the national politics. If there is any point left by anyone, आपको अगर कुछ भी कहना है तो आप कह सकते हो, otherwise then we can conclude.
I have like through the discussion also and through the whole scenario, I have seen that everyone is asking questions, but no one is suggesting any institutionalized frameworks or any solutions. So the CGP also, they are asking questions, but I want to just understand from some of their spokesperson, what are they planning on bringing in solutions, or are they just going to ask questions?
ये बहुत ही important question है और CGP के बिहाफ पे मैं आंसर करना चाहूँगा. देखो, eventually attention सभी को चाहिए. इनफैक्ट सीजेपी अगर एक सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म ही है केवल, तो कल बाकी के पार्टीज उनके साथ जाके पॉडकास्ट करेगी, सो दैट दे गेट दी रीच, करेक्ट. सो और जिनको अटेंशन मिला है, डेफिनेटली अगर ये सीजेपी के जो फाउंडर है अभिजीत, उनका नाम है, एंड अभिजीत दिपके, करेक्ट, ही इज इन द यूएसए बट ही इज लैंडिंग इन द, करेक्ट. tonight, whatever. So वो यहाँ पर आ भी रहे हैं. अब ये एक बहुत बड़ी पॉलिटिकल फोर्स बनती है नहीं बनती है, या वो क्या सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करना उतना ही डिफिकल्ट होता है. CJP is one of the significant protest online, which is a new thing for us, at least new significant thing, and it has really brought into a discussion new parameters of the Indian politics, and definitely in the coming time more and more youths will be active into the politics with this. If not it convert into a political party, it will at least encourage or catalyze the youths into the politics, which is a good thing, and maybe for a permanently it may change the politics and it may bring more and more youths. So again the discussion was centered around the youth, and youths will be at the center of the upcoming elections. Even at least the contribution of CJP will be that other parties will take unemployment and other youth issues seriously in the upcoming elections, which are going to be held in 2029. Correct? And maybe just like recently मैंने जो पॉडकास्ट किया था एक बीजेपी स्पोक्सपर्सन है, तो उन्होंने भी यही बताया कि बीजेपी इज ऑल्सो, और फॉर दैट मैटर अदर पार्टीज आर ऑल्सो नाउ रियलाइजिंग कि यूथ्स को हमें लीडरशिप में लाना पड़ेगा. सो देन CJP विल नॉट हैव अ USP ऑफ बीइंग यूथ. So concluding with this, thank you very much for your time. It was a really great session, great discussion, and really fortunate to have very great views and great perspective of all of you. Thank you very much.